All right, let's try this again. Can you guys hear me? I hope you can hear me this time. I had to switch and use my phone instead. Let me know. Let me know if you can hear me. Look, I tried to get on early and look what happened. Then my sound goes out. Can you guys hear me now? Hey, ladies. Good. Okay. I'm not muffled or anything. Am I? Because I am. I'm using a microphone right now, and I'm not used to using it. Let's get this party started. It's 5:05. People should start coming in now. Polka, hey. So what are we gonna do today? First of all, thank you for joining me. I am really excited about this session's workshop because we have our app going on for ourselves. Thank you. I know you know what? Okay, so I'm gonna sidebar in a minute, but we have our app going on for ourselves. We are doing the dang thing. I'm watching everybody in the app and everyone seems comfortable so far, and you're putting your posts up. You're doing an excellent job. So I appreciate you for being active. I truly appreciate it. Hey, Priscilla. Hey, Carmen. Hey, lady, say hi to Carmen. She is all the way in South Korea. So TTIN is officially international because of Miss Carmen. And she's very new to the group. This is going to be her first session. And she's excited and she's nervous, and we share her sentiments because I think I get excited and nervous every single time I do these workshops with you guys. So every single session I'm excited and I'm nervous all at the same time. Before I go into my sidebar, I want to tell you guys a joke because you guys know I'm working on my husband actually is always listening to something funny, and so I want to give you guys something funny. So here it goes. What do you call, and excuse, this is about a rated R joke, okay? This is rated R. But what do you call a vagina in Timberlands? Now, Timberlands, that's a brand of boots. So what do you call it? Puss in Boots. Okay, here's another one. This is like a PG-13. What do you call a chicken on the lookout? Hennessy. You get it? Hennessy, chicken on the lookout. These are corny jokes, I know. And then here is a rated G joke. What is a frog's favorite drink? Coca-Cola. All right, so rated G. So hopefully you guys laughed, loosened up just a little bit. So what are we going to talk about today? Today we are going to talk about using the app, scheduling the one-on-one, the day one assignment. We're going to talk about if you have any suggestions, any questions, and then we're going to talk about the 7 keys to change, okay, to change anything today. We're just going to briefly go over that. I'm practicing keeping my stuff under 60 minutes because you guys know I can go over very easily, but because of the Zoom app, I actually have a time limit, so I got to practice that. So welcome, and welcome some more. We already got the jokes out the way. Now I want to talk about using the app. If anyone is having any issues using the app, please reach out to me directly via DM or use my text. Text me on my phone, on my business line. Let me know you're having an issue so I can walk you through it, okay? Because the app is going to be one of this process, because in the app we're creating new habits, but also what's happening is I'm getting an opportunity to get to know you ladies, you queens, because I want to know about you, and I want us as a group to kind of get to know each other, because it is so important to have a community of women that are strong, and where sometimes, you know, you don't always have to be strong. You don't always have to have all the answers. Sometimes you just need someone to listen to you. Sometimes all you want to do is listen. And so I really want to focus on building a community of women that are at different levels in their life. So that way we can really inspire each other. It's not that I have all the information and you guys have none of it. It's just that I am being a little bit more bold, a little bit more courageous, and I am sharing something I'm very passionate about. But many of you are doing the same thing in your own way, and I think that's wonderful, and that's what I love about this community, this TTIN community. It's a collaboration of all of us, and as long as what we put up on the group, what we say in the app, is helping us to be stronger and to stay focused on what it is that we want to do, then oh my gosh, do it, because I need you to do it. I want you to encourage each other. we can't just hear one voice. We can't just hear one point of view. We have to be open to listening to everything. And then the stuff we don't want to hear, or not so much that we don't want to hear, but the stuff that that doesn't really apply to us, we can put it on the shelf. But maybe we may know someone who's going through something similar, and we can share that piece of advice with them, or we can direct them to that person. In all of my knowledge and training, first off, I am a student first, and then I enjoy the teaching and the mentoring process, the coaching process. But I love being a student. There is not enough information out there for me to learn. I can never stop learning, especially when it comes to this law of attraction, this being a woman of faith, being someone who is not only talking the talk, but walking the talk, right? Because this is an everyday effort. Every single day, every moment of the day, it's that kind of effort. And I walk that walk with you. And I'm very transparent about that walk with you, because I believe that if you know that I am dealing with a challenge, that when you see a challenge, you won't feel like you're the only one dealing with that challenge. You will know, hey, Coach Stokes went through that. Or, Iris went through that, or Sheila went through that, or Angie went through this, or Priscilla went through that. You will be able to look and say, okay, my situation, it may be a little unique, but I have the same strength that these women have, and I can get through it. So that is my ultimate goal with this workshop, is that we help each other just push through whatever is going on, and to see ourselves for the worth that we are, which is an incredible amount. It is priceless. You are priceless. So using the app, if you have questions, you get stuck, contact me. You give yourself an effort to use it every single day. If you're not good about following the app, because this is where you become the student. So if you find this is overwhelming, do not quit. Pick something to do and get that done, and put a note. I am working on getting the rest of this done. I have to get used to this again, or this is a little bit challenging, or I feel a little bit overwhelmed. That way I can get into my mode of teaching, my teacher mode, and I can show you how to use NET. I'm going to explain that to you. What is NET, Mrs. Coach Stokes? I'm so glad you asked. NET is no extra time. So the way that I'm able to get a lot of things done in the morning is because I chunk my time. So for example, when I'm on the treadmill, I'm also listening to some personal development. When I'm getting ready for my day, I'm also sometimes meditating, listening to my meditation. Meditation for me is not always being on the floor on my mat with my eyes closed and that's it. I don't always have the time to do that. Sometimes it's really busy for me. Sometimes I meditate while I'm washing dishes or getting my kids ready to start their day, or I'm making my shake, or I could be doing laundry, or I could be adding meditation and affirmations to the warm up of my cardio workout. So see how I chunk that? I have my cardio workout, my treadmill workout. The first 5 minutes I meditate when I'm warming up, and then the rest of the 30 to 40 minutes, and you could start it with 20 if you're a beginner, 20 to 40 minutes, I am doing some kind of personal development. So I'm listening to an audio book, I'm listening to one of my programs, I'm listening to Fearless Motivation. It's a great channel on YouTube. Talk about get your blood pumping. Iris listens to it frequently, and she's always doing her thing to Fearless Motivation. I love them. I put them up quite a bit on our Facebook group, just to give us something to look at, a different perspective. Because if you notice, anyone that's on this journey of discovering their self, of practicing self-love and self-care, we are all talking the same message. We are saying, and you are going to hear these things over and over and over again. And you know why this is awesome, why this is so great? Because repetition is the master of any skill. So if you want to master self-love, self-care, you want to listen to this stuff over and over and over and over again. You can never get sick of it. I don't ever get sick of it. I find someone I relate to that I like what they say, and that's what I listen to. And every time I hear it, I hear something different, and I jot it down, because these things matter. Remember, repetition is the master of any skill. If you want to learn how to give yourself the first part of your day, we got to practice these habits in the app, right? We got to practice this routine. You have to come up with your regimen. It doesn't have to look like mine, but I wanted to have the essentials, the basics in there, all right? The next thing, day 1 assignment. So ladies, I like the mirror, and so do you. And if you don't, you will. To you ladies that like my mirror assignments, give me a thumbs up. And while I'm waiting to see that come in, look, this is our mirror assignments. Our mirror assignments are practice. It's practice talking to yourself. Okay, we're practicing talking to ourselves. It is not always comfortable because I ask you to record it. It is not always easy because with some of us, we're at a stage where it's really hard to find something that we love about us. It's really hard to see our value. It's really hard to see our worth. Some of the earlier ladies, Priscilla, Sheila, Iris, Chris Grove, Dontrielle, those ladies are ladies that you can ask, like, how was your first, or even just scroll down the group page. How was that first post for you? How did you feel? How did you get better at it? But you just got to get in there and do it. You give yourself a little bit of time and you just start practicing, because what? The master of all skill is repetition. We do it, we repeat it over and over and over again. So day one mirror drill is, what do you love about you? And I want you can either use the mirror and video with your phone, right? Or you can switch your phone back facing you, so a selfie, and do a selfie video. I don't care how long it is. It can be 30 seconds, it could be a minute, whatever it is that you have on the inside of you. What can you pull up out of yourself? This can be emotional for some. For some, it could be very hard. For some, it may make you angry. For some, it may be easier. It just depends on where you're at. But if it brings out emotion, let the emotion come. It's raw emotion. I want to feel it. I want to see it. And it's not to have anything on you. This stuff will never be reposted. It will never be shared publicly. We are a private group. Everyone in this group, no one can share anything without it being the person that's the members that are in this group, right? So I want to know what you love about yourself, and I want you to talk to yourself, and you're going to talk to yourself in first person. Lanisha, I love this about you. I love that about you. Now, I lead by example. So I posted up, you're going to see this in your app. I posted up a video of me doing it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This has not always been an easy drill for me. This is something that I've gotten better at over time because, again, I practice this. I look in the mirror. I talk to myself. I practice my responses. I practice my smile. I practice certain things because some of these things don't come first. They're not natural because I didn't practice them for so long, right? You practice not smiling. You practice not being able to take a compliment. You practice focusing on everything that's wrong about you. So it takes practice, and it gets easier, and you're going to get better at it. After you're done with that video, you're going to rate your video. You're going to rate it from 1 to 10. 1 being it was extremely easy. You enjoyed the entire process, and you found things about yourself that you loved. 5, it was all right. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. You really had a hard time finding some things. 10, oh my gosh, why did you have me do this? This is crazy. I couldn't do it. I couldn't think of anything I loved about myself. All right. And be honest. We have to be raw. We have to be transparent. We have to be honest with ourselves. That's how we grow. We have to face our fears. We have to face the things that we feel are failures. Even though I don't believe they're failures, I believe that they're lessons, but we have to be able to face these things head on. And what better way to face our fears that are within us than to do a selfie video or to talk to ourselves in the mirror. That to me is the optimal way to face your fears. So how do you guys feel about that drill, that mirror drill number 1? And by the way, it's due tonight. It's due tonight. I thought I'd spring that on you. And then start thinking about any suggestions that you might have. Any questions, and write those down so I can see it. So for example, I don't see any comments after Iris's thumbs up. So if you have left a comment, I do not know. I cannot see it. So if I don't see it, just put it down there again if I don't address it after about a minute or so, because we do have a delay. Now I want to get into our topic because, again, like I said, I'm practicing being within time limit, and I'm going to put my timer on so that way I can be professional. Now, if I'm saying something that speaks to the heart, I'm not going to interrupt and just cut off. I'm going to, we're going to roll with it. We're going to go with it, and we're going to talk about it. because I do also believe that needs to happen as well. Yes, we are still posting. Okay. So the video iris is going to be posted in the app. If you wanted to post it on Facebook, on the group, you can. I'm sorry, I misspoke. But on the app, there's actually going to be an area. You guys should get a reminder about 6 o'clock or so, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, about the post. You can post it directly on there. Take it on your phone first, post it up just like you do here. And I think the maximum is 3 minutes on our TTIN app. So let me know if you guys have any more questions about that. We are going to get into topic. Our topic is 7 keys to changing anything in your life today. So 7 keys to changing that. So let me take a sip of water. Keep your water on hand, ladies. Drink that water. It's hot. I don't know about where you're at, how the weather is, but I know it's hot out here, and we're in Central Valley in California. The one thing that is very important to remember when creating and when going over these 7 keys to changing anything in your life. And by the way, I am getting this out of Anthony Robbins' program, Getting the Edge. I love his programs. I have a lot of different books of his. I also enjoy Wayne Dyer. I also enjoy Lisa Nichols. I have such a variety of people that I read from audiobooks, all that good stuff. And they all essentially say a lot of the same thing, but they're just telling their own story. But I want to just break this down for you a little bit because I think this is a great intro to our workshop. Happy people, vibrant people, energetic people, successful people, they all think and behave in a certain way, right? And so do miserable and unfulfilled people. So you have 2 groups. You have the group that's on the positive side, that's living kind of the positive, that's expressing the positive things in their life. And then you have the group that, let's say, misery loves company. Let's say they're part of that group, right? There are patterns to success. And there are also patterns of failure. Remember that. If you have your notebook, write that down. This is a note worth noting mentally and on paper. There are patterns of success and there are patterns of failure. The beautiful thing about success and the beautiful thing about failure is they both leave clues. If you get all the miserable people that you know together and you let them talk and you start hearing how they talk, there's going to be a pattern, right? There's going to be a pattern of speech. There's going to be a pattern of body language. There's going to be a pattern of eating habit. There's going to be a pattern of lack of exercise habit. There is going to be a pattern of what they prioritize and how they feel, how they determine their success and their happiness. If you get a group of positive people together who also experience success, there is a pattern there. There is going to be a pattern in the habits that they form every day, or that they are engaging in every day, their routine, their regimen. There's going to be a pattern of speech that you hear. There is going to be a pattern of eating that you see. There is going to be a pattern of exercise that you see, right? There are patterns. There are clues for both positions, whether you want to be successful or whether you're miserable and you don't know how to get it together, okay? Now, why don't people change, you ask? I'm so glad you asked me that question. The first reason people don't change is they're out of practice. They're out of practice. They've stopped growing. They've stopped searching for the clue so they could experience success. Maybe they've got content and complacent with what they have. We talked about this in our previous workshop, where people aren't hot, they're not so angry they're willing to change, and they're not so excited that they're willing to change. They're kind of stuck in the middle where it's a bad situation, but it's not bad enough for them to want to make a decision about which way to go. Have any of you guys been there, or are you there right now? If you're there right now, we need to figure out a way to get you hot or cold, because being in the middle, being complacent, is not going to help you with being successful in this workshop. You cannot be complacent. You cannot be okay with your situation and okay kind of being that. I don't want to give hope a bad meaning, because hope is necessary. We need to have hope. But hope also gives you two options. Hope gives you an option to fail, and hope gives you an option to succeed. So for me, when I say I hope, I'm saying, well, it could work or it couldn't work. Either way, I'll be okay. I use hope in my language, but I try to watch how I use it, because what I want to do is speak life to my situation. So I want to live in expectancy, knowing that I'm connected to my source, knowing that I'm practicing good habits, knowing that I have a good regimen. I want to live in expectancy of what I want, what I need, what I desire. Why? Because now I'm in connection with my source. That means all of my needs, all of my desires are going to be lined up according to that will, right? The will of my higher source, the will of my creator, right? And we may not all believe the same. Some of us might be Christian, some of us might be Muslim, some of us might not really believe in religion at all, but we believe in the universe, we believe in energy, one and the same. So when I speak about faith, I'm also speaking about the law of attraction. When I'm speaking about the law of reaping and sowing and reaping, I'm also speaking about karma, the what goes around comes around. Whatever you put in the ground is what's going to come up. It's all one and the same. We all just have different analogies for it, but the laws are the same. So success leaves clues. People that do not change, it's because they've gotten complacent and because they're out of practice. Well, what's the antidote to being out of practice? Raising your standard. You're doing that right now in this workshop. By you signing up for this workshop, you've already raised your standard. So give me some hand claps, some emoji hand claps. You're doing it. You are raising your standard. You're saying, look, I don't like the way things are right now. And I know I could have more. I know I could be more. I know I could do more. I need to change. I don't like my situation. So raising the standard is the antidote to people that just are out of practice. What's another antidote? Another antidote is turning your shoulds into musts. What do you mean by that, Mrs. Coach Stokes? I'm glad you asked. You know, when we say, I should go work out. Hold on. I'm sorry. Excuse me. My child I have to be mom for a moment. And so does my husband. Go out there and you're going to hear him get to them. But anyways, so the antidote to that is turning your shoulds into musts. You can't see me anymore. I'm still on Poke Up. It might be your reception, maybe. Anyone else having an issue with video? If you are, let me know, okay? Let me know you're having an issue with video. I can still see myself. I'm not blacked out, but you let me know, okay? Okay. So, you can't see me, Iris? Okay, Carmen, you could see me?
Take your clothes off. Let's go. Stay on the carpet. Let's go. Let's go, Juju, come on. Come, Juju.
Change your clothes, kids, and put those wet clothes in the washer. Okay, good. All right. So, turning your shoulds into musts. So, you know how we say, I should wake up a little bit earlier so I could meditate or pray or work out. You say, I should drink more water. I should be a little bit more aware of who I hang out with, who I associate with. I should journal. I should do this. Well, you're shoulding all over yourself. And I said shoulding all over yourself. So we got to stop shoulding on ourselves. We have to turn our shoulds into musts. We all get our musts. All of us. When we must have something, when we must do something, it happens. We know how to make it happen, don't we, ladies? Queens, we know how to make it happen. When we say we should, no one ever gets their shoulds. No one can ever live the life they dream of, or life on their terms, if they're in a should, if they're shoulding all over themselves, right? Shoulding, yep. So we have to turn those shoulds into musts. For example, I must take at least 1 to 3 minutes to journal every morning. I must wake up to pray or meditate or have some quiet time just so I can think about what I'm going to get done for that day, so I can set a few small daily goals and hit those goals. I must move my body for at least 15 minutes to get the blood going, to be able to listen to some personal development. I must drink at least 64 ounces of water if water is hard for me to drink. I must tune in every Sunday to hear the topic, to be accountable, to check in, to do what I need to do. I must check into my app every single day because I want to experience a different life. I know you guys have heard this before. If you want something that you believe you've never had, you must do the things that you've never done. I am telling you this from experience. There are some things in my life, queens, that I want. And I want them so bad, I am willing to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning every single day, Monday through Sunday, even if I don't have anything to do. Why? Because I want my body up and functional. I want my mind clear. I want to be able to work at that hour. There are things that I want to do that require me to wake up earlier than what I normally would, because I refuse to take time from my family. I refuse to not give my kids the full attention that they deserve when they're awake. I refuse to give up homeschooling my kids because I love homeschooling my kids. I refuse to compromise my relationship with my husband. I refuse to do those things. And because of that, I will wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning so I have 4 to 5 hours to myself, to work on workshop things, to reach out to my members, to reach out to my clients, to meditate, to exercise, to have breakfast, to have quiet time, to have me time that is not centered around my outside appearance, right? So turn your shoulds into musts, okay? Your shoulds have to be turned into musts. What's another antidote? The other antidote is get unreasonable. I am so unreasonable. Do you know who else is unreasonable? Martin Luther King Jr., Nelson Mandela, Rosa Parks, Cesar Chavez, Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Denzel Washington, Chadwick Boseman from Black Panther. Unreasonable people. President Barack Obama, First Lady Michelle Obama, unreasonable people. And we might not care. Well, I don't know what you guys care for, but our current president is unreasonable, right? But that's the antidote to living life on your terms. We may not agree with what people do, but the unreasonable people are able to live life on their terms. And that's why there's so few people that actually live a life that they want to live. Now, the key is to be unreasonable, but to also find happiness in the process, right? It's to be unreasonable, but to be able to inspire people through what you're doing, or to do what you love in a way that you can lift your head up high because your character and your integrity are not compromised, because you're not chasing the dollar to be greedy, but you're welcoming financial freedom so you can do more of what you love, so you can be more generous, right? Not losing weight so you can attract another woman's husband, or you can attract all the men in the yard, right? I forget how that song goes, the boys in the yard, something like that. But you're doing it because you want health. You want to be alive and well when your kids become grown. You want to see your grandchildren, God willing, be born into this world. You want to see your daughter or your son get married or graduate from college or live the life of their dreams, right? So when our character and our integrity is in line with our desire and our goals and our dreams, that's when we get to experience happiness at a whole different level. We're in actually a completely different galaxy when we're able to balance those things out, right? Now, here's another reason why people don't change. They rationalize everything. They tell themselves these stories and they use softeners and they lie to themselves, right? So they kind of tell this thing, well, you know, the reason why the reason why I can't lose this weight is because I'm just big bone. I'm just supposed to be this way. Like, this is my genetics. The reason why I can't ever save this money or I can't ever buy a home is because, well, they just don't want us to win. I just will never be able to get a home loan, or I will never be able to save up the cash because, my mom wasn't able to do that. My dad wasn't able to do that. The reason I can't go to college or I can't finish my degree is because, well, I hate school. I'm just not a good student. We tell ourselves these crazy stories. I can't have a business. I can't be successful. I don't talk to people. We tell ourselves these stories. These are the stories we tell ourselves that stop us in our tracks, dead in our tracks. And then what happens, ladies? When we don't experience progress, we experience unhappiness. Why? Because progress equals happiness. It's not getting to the top of the mountain where all the happiness comes from. It's the climb, literally. It is the climb. It is the moments where, even in your challenges, where you can look at the challenge and you can still find something to be happy about, something to be grateful about. It's in the climb that you find your happiness. If you have a weight loss goal, it is in the process of loving where you are at, who you are, what you look like right now, right where you are, to see the results, to find the happiness. Because you know what? If you don't do that now, when you do lose that 100 pounds and you get to that figure you think you want so bad, you're still going to be unhappy. After people stop complimenting you, after you feel like, you know what? Now that I look like this, I'll never be cheated on again. And that man that you have that you love so much cheats on you, will destroy your world. Or you figure, you know what? I'm going to lose this weight. My husband's going to love me. He's never going to find another woman attractive. He's never going to do this. And then you lose the weight and he stops noticing you. And then you're like, what's the problem? What's going on? Or he may notice something different and then you're distraught again. And then you start that crazy 8 cycle where you lose the weight because you're angry, and then you gain the weight when you're happy, and then you lose the weight when you're angry, and then you gain the weight when you're happy. Does that sound familiar? Because I've been there and I've done that. So this is about enjoying the climb. This is about being able to look at you in the mirror and saying you love who you are right now, right where you are, no matter what you look like, no matter what you're struggling with. You love the woman in the mirror. The more you express that love to the woman in the mirror, the more you are going to get back from the external world. Your husband, your kids, people around you. Now, that's not to say everybody's going to flock to you. They're not going to be like, oh my God, Lanisha, I just love you. Oh, you're so great. No, they might not do that. In fact, I might get more people that don't say anything to me at all. And that's okay, because in this process, you're learning what's really important. What is really important? That when I look in the mirror, I love who I am. I love what I see. I'm proud of myself. I know that every day I'm making a 1% pivot to a better me. I don't need to make a drastic change. I don't need to go take somebody's peel. I don't have to go buy someone's waist trainer and someone's brand makeup and put someone's hair in my head and do all these things to feel good about me. No. If I'm like this, I'm going to feel good about me. If I have bags under my eyes, I'm going to feel good about me. If I'm not at the weight that I want to be at, I'm going to feel good about me. Why? Because I know that in the process of me feeling good about me, all of those external factors are going to come to pass. Everything I want on the outside has to start from the inside, right? So do not tell yourself, actually, we're going to learn how to tell ourselves a different story. So I'm not going to say do not tell yourself a different story. I'm going to say I want you to now pay attention to the story you tell yourself as to why you can't live life on your terms. Why can you not be and experience the health that you want to experience? Why are you not experiencing the love that you want to experience? Why aren't you experiencing the success in your business or at your job that you want to experience? Why aren't you enjoying or experiencing life on your terms? That's what I want to know, and I want you to pay attention to the story that you tell yourself, okay? Even if you've had trauma, I want you to pay attention to the story that you tell yourself. Now, developing self-honesty is an antidote to that problem, right? Of softening your story. Tell yourself the truth. Yo, you didn't gain 25 pounds because you can't leave Chips Ahoy alone. You didn't gain 50 pounds because you refuse to wake up an hour early to walk on your treadmill. You're unhappy, Lanisha, because you continue to surround yourself around people that are miserable, even though they may be your best friends and your family members. You can't have the love you want in your life, Lanisha, because you keep judging every man by how much money he has and what he can do for you. Tell yourself the truth. Your marriage is struggling because you continue to allow someone to treat you a certain way and you don't value yourself. Tell yourself the truth. Don't soften it. Don't say, oh, I'm doing this and I'm dealing with this because, oh, I'm such a good person. Oh, I never do nothing wrong. I never provoke an argument. I never say anything hurtful. I do everything right. The passive aggressiveness cannot take place in this workshop. We have to be raw. We have to be transparent if we want change. Covering it with some foundation, trying to put a concealer over it and then blot it, or I don't even know how to do all that contour stuff, right? I need help with that. That is not going to change the situation, because when you wash your face, the raw is there. The scars are there. The marks are there. The wearing of your body is there. Tell yourself the truth. Why are you experiencing what you are experiencing? And if you don't know the truth, as you meditate, as you pray, as you give yourself some time, even if you ask your ancestors, show me something. Show me something. Show me something about me. What is it about me that I can't experience love the way I give it? What is it about me that I can't get my health in order? Show it to me. And when you show it to me, I will listen this time. I will stop asking you for guidance. And then once you give me the guidance, I ignore it and act like I know what I'm doing. I'm going to listen to you this time, because now I've positioned myself to accept the truth. Right? If that makes sense, give me a thumbs up. Give me something. Tell me something. Okay? So develop some self-honesty. I have to do that every day. Ladies, queens, I have to do it every day. I have to be honest with myself now. I can't tell myself the same sad story. I cannot play the victim in my own story, because I want change. And if I'm going to change, and if I want to be loved in a certain capacity, I have to be able to give that love. But I cannot give that love if I don't give myself time. I cannot get love if I don't value who I am. You have to value you first with anything. And when I say love, I'm talking marriage. I'm talking with your children, with your parents, with the people that you deal with. I am talking all the way around love. People are only going to value you as much as you value yourself. And if you look at yourself and you say, ugh, you again, people are going to look at you and say, ugh, you again. It's a reflection. It's an echo. How you feel about you is an echo. You echo it out, it comes right back to you, and it's amplified because you think you're loving people from a different place, and really you're trying to love people from an empty cup. You're not filling your cup every day. Our job is to love from our overflow. We need to love from that saucer you put under the teacup, and when you overfill it, all the liquid flows in the saucer. That saucer liquid, that saucer goodness is for the people in your life. And you know what happens every time you keep pouring into you? You have so much overflow, it starts dripping on the floor. People that you don't even know start to get the experience of you and your love. You start smiling at strangers, and that smile might change their whole world around. You start speaking differently to people. You start seeing people from a different scope, from a different perspective, because you are loving from your overflow. Right now, you probably love and your cup is empty. So you know what happens? You love, right? And you do everything you feel a mother, a wife, a daughter, a sister should do to show love. You do it all. You know, all of it, you do it. And then your kids don't give it back to you. Your husband doesn't give it back to you. Your parents don't give it back to you. Your friends and your coworkers don't give it back to you. And then you know what you do? You're frustrated. You're angry. You start feeling like no one appreciates you. You get bitter. You start experiencing resentment to now that man that you love. Now when you look at him, you're disgusted. Those kids you love so much, you kind of want to on the low cuss them out a little bit, right? Right? That job you love so much, in the beginning, you hate it. You begin to hate walking in the building. You begin to find things now, right? Everything's amplified. That friend that you love, that you call your sister, she gets on your nerves. Because now it's like, man, I'm sick of always reaching out to her. I'm sick of always calling and seeing. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of that. Why don't she call me? Why don't she see about me? Why don't people do for me? Why don't nobody come in and make my breakfast and my dinner and pack my lunch? How come nobody washes my clothes and puts my clothes away? How come nobody rubs my feet, my head? That's loving from an empty cup. But when you love from an overflow, guess what? You get your time first. You get your time first. So you don't feel like you are not being valued. You don't feel like no one is seeing about you. And do you know what happens when you do that? All of a sudden, cleaning or doing the laundry or taking care of the kids or taking care of your husband or going to work every day, it feels less and less like a burden, like a task. And you begin to find things to be grateful for. You begin to delegate. You begin to ask your loved ones to value you so much that they help you and assist you. You begin to get confident and telling them what you need from them. I had a conversation with my kids the other day, and I was speaking to them about what I expect from them. They have chores every single morning. There is a routine that they will follow. And my biggest thing about that was that I need you to love me so much that you don't want me overworked. I want you to love me so much that you don't want me doing anything extra that's going to cause me to put out more energy than I need to. So I need you to pick up after yourself. I need you to vacuum in the morning and before you go to sleep. I need you to put your own clothes away. I need you to make sure that you put your dishes in the sink, rinse them off. I need you to make sure you do these things for me because I want you to know how to take care of your responsibilities. But I want you to show me how much you love me. I'm teaching my kids now how to show me they love me and not to just come to me when they need something or expect mommy and daddy to do everything. I am teaching them how to give as much as they receive. Doing that thing alone, just that little thing, has taken off so much stress. Just asking them to pick up after themselves has made me feel better about going in the living room and not seeing their clothes or seeing their clothes all in the bathroom, right? Stressing me out like, oh my God, you guys are so unappreciative. You never clean up after yourself. Blah, 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 blah. I'm fussing, right? Asking my husband and telling him when I need something versus expecting him to read my mind has taken off that funk that we can get into. If I need him to do something, I ask him. Sometimes I just need him to hug me. I need to feel that affection. I've gotten to a place where I can ask him now, but I can ask him because I give myself time first. And I also am realistic. He can't read my mind. His intuition is not like mine. He may not be able to sense anything is wrong. So if I need him, I need to tell him I need him. And do you know what that does for my husband as a man? To know that his strong wife that walks around here can really handle just about anything, can yield and can submit and actually just show a little bit of I need you. I need your help. And some of us have been strong for so long, we don't know how to do that. And so giving yourself time to fill your cup will help you do that. Help you be able to express when you need something, when you require something. And not only that, but value yourself enough to delegate. It's not all on your shoulders. It's not just your home. Whoever lives in your home is responsible for your home. And you give them the responsibility, because if you do not, you are doing them a disservice. You don't want your kids getting older and only coming to you when they need you for something. You want your kids to come into your house, and if they see a dirty towel on the floor, to pick it up. Why? Because it started when they were little. They already know it's just in their DNA, in the fabric of who they are now. When you see something that needs to be done, get it done. It's not just mom's responsibility. It's everybody's responsibility. Mom needs time for herself too. Mom needs to be valued too. I need to do for mom too, right? So develop self-honesty. Also understand the power of now. Tap into the power of the momentum and do something immediately. For example, you guys have a mirror activity as soon as we get off this call. I need you to go tap into the power of now and do that video and post it onto your app. Post it in the comments. You'll see it come up at 6 o'clock. It's going to remind you. I need you to do it. That is activating, and that is using the momentum of now. Okay? The momentum of what? Right now. The time is now. Right now. Also, develop the habit of chunking. We talked about that a little bit earlier. I was telling you what I do. I use no extra time for some things. When I'm on the treadmill, I meditate if I don't have time to meditate after prayer, right? Or I will listen to my personal development while I'm on the treadmill. If I'm cleaning the house, I will listen to my personal development. Sometimes while I'm looking at you guys' posts and responses, I have some music. Yes, in Vimify, Sheila, I will listen to music just to calm my mind, because there is music that helps you with focus and clarity, right? That's my kind of meditation. Also, stop using softeners. Stop trying to make yourself feel better about the stuff that's actually going on. For example, a softener. If you're going through some shit, it's shit. It's not poop. It's not, ooh, it's number 2. No, it's just what it is. And I know that's 2 extremes, but that's what it is. Okay. If you're going through it, say it. Say it like it is. Say what it is. It will help you heal and deal with it so much better. Don't soften it. If someone hurts you, if someone betrays you, it is betrayal. It is not a moment of weakness. It's betrayal. You deal with that. If someone lies to you, they're not being, oh, they just told a white lie. No, they're being dishonest. If someone steals from you, they're not borrowing your car. They stole your car. Do not use softeners. Do not use softeners. Be raw, be honest with what's going on so you can deal with it. Okay, that's going to make things so much easier. Trust me. And not using softeners is challenging, because you don't always want to sound so hard. But when you tell yourself what's going on and you tell yourself the challenge you're dealing with, you have to be honest about it. That doesn't mean you being honest about it causes you to see someone in a bad light. Like, you don't have to say, well, you betrayed me and you're never going to change. No. Because they could change, right? Change is possible. We all change every single day, whether we want to or not. And if we don't change, the things around us change, right? So if they're doing something, you betrayed me, and this is what we need to do to fix it. And you're going to have to deal with the fact that I don't trust you the way I used to trust you. You're going to have to go with the fact that I want you to be more transparent. You're going to have to deal with the fact that I may question your what you tell me or where you say you're at. Do not use softeners. Call it what it is. Call a spade a spade. Okay. Now, what's the third reason why people don't change? They have an ineffective strategy. So that brings me to the Time Is Now workshop. 30 days of effective, result-oriented, solution-minded, and solution-driven strategy. We are about solutions. I know that we don't all operate the same way. And Lucy may need something different than LaShonda. I know she does. I know that Carmen needs something different than Iris. I know that while your pain may be similar, your stories and your situations are very different, and the way you receive information is very different. I know that Dontrielle may not do things the same way that Polka does it. Our Polka may need it a little bit different. So we're not all going to use the same methods exactly the same. We don't want robots. I want you to find your niche, find your strategy, find what works for you, and then use it and love it. And when you find it, it's going to be very easy to stick with. No problems at all to stick with that. Okay. Now that's what I've done. I have a strategy. I use it. I stick with it. It's very easy. It doesn't feel demanding. It's not a task all the time. I don't huff and puff when I have to do it. I look forward to it. So you'll see that I'm going to give you guys a lot of different ways to get to point A, right? How many different ways can you go get some ice cream? Tons. How many different ways can you enjoy ice cream? A ton of different ways. You can make it yourself. You can go to the ice cream parlor. You can go to your friend's house and get some ice cream out of their freezer. You can go to the grocery store and get some ice cream. You can stop the ice cream truck. You can go to the ice cream warehouse and go to the ice cream gift shop and buy their ice cream. You can take somebody's ice cream, right? There's a lot of different ways to enjoy ice cream. There's a lot of different ways to get to a place to where you are practicing self-love and it doesn't feel like a task. And so you will get a lot of different strategies from me. I will introduce you to people that you may know, people that you don't know. You may have heard some of the things that they said. You might not have heard anything that they said. But I'm going to introduce you to a variety of things so you can pick your niche. Now, the thing is, we can't just change one thing to experience an ultimate result, right? So let's say, like, a lot of you have expressed weight loss to me, which actually majority of this group is weight loss focused. I can't just give you a diet. Your weight loss has way more associated with it than just diet. That's just one dimension. I can't just give you a workout routine. That's one dimension of you experiencing weight loss. I have to give you information on how to get your belief system in check, how to get your rules in check about what you believe you can have, be, and do. I have to help you learn how to talk to yourself. I have to help you see something else in yourself, right? So it's not one dimensional. Your weight loss is not just a matter of taking a pill and not taking a pill. Your health is not just a matter of you taking a shot or you going to get labs every other week and then you're going to see results. It's not just 20 minutes on the treadmill. It is a regimen of things. It is a routine of things. This is what the 1% does. Those people that are happy and excited and they're not dieting, practice a regimen. All the ladies that are in this workshop have experienced results on some level. Some have experienced pounds lost, inches lost. Some have more mobility. Some just feel better about themselves. Some, their result is realizing they need to give this workshop a true chance. That's a result for me, and I celebrate that. Some are having results of a better connection with their children or their parents, or them being the parent, having a better connection with their parents. So this workshop is result oriented, and you're going to see that, and you're going to love every bit of it, and you're going to share this journey with us ladies that are in it, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you're nervous and excited at the same time, you are right where I want you to be, because that means that everything that you experience is going to be like a new experience, and it's going to be fresh for you. And I'm going to work my tail off to make sure it's fresh and it's new every single day for 30 days. So you got the right tools. We got the app. You have your coach. You even have a personal trainer if you need any advice on exercise. I will be posting up some live workouts. And if you're local, if you're in the Stockton area and you want to be a part of my 5 a.m. crew, I only have 4 or 5 openings, 3 of which are taken. So I only have 2. But it's a 5 a.m. workout. My only time is 5 a.m. for this crew. Why? Because I want us to do something we've never done to get to a place we want to go and that we've never been, right? So you have a support system, your TTIN Queen sisters here. And we have rituals that we're going to utilize every day to stay on track. And so ladies, you have an effective strategy to experience and to change anything in your life today. So do not short yourself. Show up for yourself every single day. Show up in some form of fashion. It doesn't have to always be 100%, but at least give me 10%. At least, and I promise you, you will feel so much better. And your results are going to depend on what you put in. If you only give me 30%, you're going to get 30% result. Is that still good? Yes, because something is going to change. But is it going to be what you want? Probably not. If you only give me 50%, you're going to give a 50% result. You're going to get that. I need you to give yourself at least a 70, 80, 90, or 100% every single day. C's are average. I don't do them, but I understand them when we're starting something new. Give yourself 70%. Okay, so that means if I'm asking you to give yourself 1% or 10%, let's say 8% at max of your day. 8% is about an hour of your day. But if you only give yourself 1% of your day, that's 15 minutes. That's it. Figure out how you can do a couple things in 15 minutes. Can you guys do that? Give me a thumbs up. If you can give yourself 30, give me 2 thumbs up. If you can give yourself 60 minutes, give me 3 thumbs up. If you can give yourself 90 minutes, give me 4 thumbs up. Okay? So we're going to start. We start today. Go in your app, get some stuff done. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope this topic was helpful for you for our kickoff. Congratulations. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Carmen, woo, I love it. You're going to give me 90 minutes. I love it. And actually, you're giving yourself 90 minutes. I love that. That is plenty of time for you to do everything that you need to do and then some. Enjoy your breakfast, all that good stuff. And remember, this is for you. This is the stuff that you're doing for you. And so start somewhere. 15 minutes is not less valuable than 90 minutes. 15 minutes is still great because it's 15 minutes more than you gave yourself before. And we are going to celebrate even the smallest things. Now, it's 6 o'clock. We started a little late, but I'm ending on time. It's 6 o'clock. Any questions, anything, you let me know. If you need to schedule your one-on-one, get that scheduled. I will list the 7 keys to change on the app. I will write it out right now. I will post it in I will post it in guides. Guides is where I'll put it. So I'll get that to you tonight, okay? And I will send you guys a message via the app that it's there so you can reference it. But we're going to do the dang thing. You're doing it already. I'm working on shirts. I'll have a shirt this week and I'll be wearing it so you guys can see what it looks like. And then I'll make sure that I can get a pretty good deal so the shirt stays less than $20 so you guys can pick you up one too. I'm also going to do some visors because you see I like my puff. And when I go out, I like to put a hat on. So I enjoyed you. I appreciate you. I thank you for letting me share this journey with you. In all seriousness, I thank you for inviting me into your life. And I thank you for trusting me to help you get to where it is that you want to go. And this 30 days, it's only 30 days. And it doesn't determine the rest of your life. We still got to keep this up after the 30 days. And so we're going to be some badass queens. All right. So you guys have a great evening. Thank you. I stayed up under my time. It's only 6:02 and I am out.